Did you know that 1 out of 5 deaths worldwide is associated with poor diet? Unhealthy eating habit can cause up to 11 million deaths a year. That being said, it's more than the cause of death from tobacco and high blood pressure. If so, then how will we avoid it? What are the possible ways to change our horrible eating habits to a healthier one? Here's how. But before we move on to that, let's focus on what are the bad eating habits that we may or we may not know of.
What could possibly be wrong with watching television while eating, or being late for school and you need to grab something on the go? Mike Santiago of the I Energize stated 4 bad eating habits that we most probably do. First, drinking sodas and flavored drinks. We all expected this to be on the list. Carbonated drinks like sodas and flavored drinks, or as we know of juices, are actually high in sugar, and it's not good for a person to drink a high amount of sugar every day. Second, eating on the run. No, we're not talking about eating and running, but rather eating at the fast food joints that we also love dearly. It's okay to treat yourself once in a while, but fast food joints usually contain a lot of oily foods drenched in fats and sodium. Oily food can cause major effects like heart problems or could lead to increasing one's cholesterol level. Third, eating in front of the television. You may say, what? I want to watch my favorite movie with my family or friends with a bucket of popcorn or fries. But how does this become a bad eating habit? Well, you see, once you're in front of the television, you can tend to lose focus on your meal, which would cause one to eat and eat more as the film catches to the amazing climax. This will lead you to overeat yourself and maybe you won't even blame yourself for it. Fourth, skipping meals. Yes, despite the heavy tests and deadlines you're facing, you need to eat. Skipping meals can lead to low blood sugar levels and slow down your metabolism, which can lead to a faulty digestive system. Who'd even want that? So next time you have a load of deadlines to finish, make sure to grab at least 1 snack or 2.
Aside from all the obvious stuff, dietitian Dana White stated a few unhealthy eating habits, which are: number 1, poor meal planning. Poor meal planning can often lead to last-minute meal decisions like ordering takeout or eating preservatives. Meal planning can help make you healthier and maybe make your wallet look healthier too. Number 2, too many meals away from home. This idea may actually be the opposite for a Filipino household. But nevertheless, White stated that buying food away from home can mean you get more portion that you should. So basically, it means for one to stop eating more than you should. Limit your budget and your plate size. Number 3, too many processed food. Who doesn't like good, hefty amount of hot dogs in the morning? Or maybe sardines? Well, White also stated that salty and fatty convenience food are more likely to strip off nutrients from your body. Tell your family to opt for more fresh and whole food ingredients that will be better for all of your healths. And take time to read the nutrition facts and labels. They are there to be read after all. Number 4, too much added sugar. Have you ever craved for a good amount of candy? Well, that's got to stop. Added sugar, not just for sweets, but sometimes for savory dishes too. And even the drinks you love the most. Water is a wonderful alternative. Number 5, giant portion size. You might change plate if you used to receiving a certain amount of carbs on your plate. It will help you make a great start for a day. And lastly, not eating enough. Number 6, idea to skip meals or to eat less. Hunger is not diet. If you undereat today, you will end up eating more the next day to replenish the loss of energy level.
If you're doing one of these, worse, if you're doing all of these, you're probably still not convinced with all the don'ts. Here are some reasons why you should change your habit as early as today.
Number 1. Diabetes. Too much sugar and simple carbohydrates can allow you to develop type 2 diabetes. And not just that, junk foods or any foods with high amounts of refined white sugar forces to the body to release insulin, which would stress your metabolism and makes you vulnerable to the disease. Number 2. Obesity. The saying, stress eating can lead to such disease. Being unable to get rid of the accumulated fats can lead to major diseases such as kidney disease, cancer, strokes, and liver disease, or even heart attack. These are major threats that could even cause death to most people. Number 3. Can cause depression. Stress eating can cause you to crave more and more food that would lead you to psychology, cause you let to your brain crave more, demanding you want to eat more. The amino acid from junk food can provide our mind with serotonin that will lead you to being dopamine or the feel-good hormones. The study says that junk foods can alter the brain signals to force you to eat more and crave it more than you should. Number 4. Poor brain functions. Healthy fat produces glucose, which is necessary for the brain. Without this, the brain won't function as it should. Number 5. Drops energy level. Foods with little to none nutritional content would deprive our body of receiving the proper energy level as it lacks the required food level. Energy is a necessity that helps us to have the will to get through the day, and if we don't allow ourselves to receive those, then what would it bring?
You're probably more convinced now and would want to start eating healthier. Here are some tips that you should remember in changing your routine slowly.
Here is a list of things you need to know. 1. Eat a variety of vegetables, especially dark green, red, and orange vegetables for 3 or more servings a day. 2. Eat a variety of fruits for 2 or more servings a day. 3. Eat whole grain, high-fiber bread and cereals. Reduce or eliminate refined or processed carbohydrates. Most of the grains in your diet should be whole grains. 4. Drink fat-free or low-fat milk and eat low-fat dairy products. 5. Choose from a variety of low-fat sources of protein, including eggs, beans, poultry without skin, seafood, lean meats, unsalted nuts, seeds, and soy products. If you eat meat, eat white meat at least 4 times more often than red meat. 6. Reduce intake of saturated fats and trans fats, such as partially hydrogenated oil, as much as possible. 7. Use vegetable oils like olive or canola oil instead of solid fats. 8. Reduce the daily intake of salt or sodium. Reduce to less than 1,500 mg per day if you are older than 50 or have hypertension, diabetes, or chronic kidney disease. 9. Restrict or eliminate junk food. Foods that contain refined white flour, solid fats, or trans fats, added sugars, and are high in sodium. 10. Restrict or eliminate sodas and other sugar-added drinks that are high in calories and contain few or no nutrients. 11. If you drink alcoholic beverages, do so in moderation. Drink only when it doesn't put you or anyone else at risk.
That seems a lot to remember, but I'm about to present to you something that will for sure encourage you to continue to your step to a healthy lifestyle. What benefits do I get from doing all of these? Well, first you get to lose weight. And losing weight would allow you to reduce the chances of developing diseases like heart disease, non-insulin dependent diabetes mellitus, poor bone density, and worse, cancer. Like said, getting to reduce the risk for cancer. In 2014,
The American Society of Clinical Oncology reported that obesity contributes to people with cancer. In the same year, researchers found that a diet rich in fruit reduces the risk of cancer. A proper diet would also allow a person with diabetes. Eating habits can allow one to manage their glucose level and keep blood pressure and cholesterol within target ranges. Figures published in 2017 stated at least 92.1 million people in the United States have at least one type of cardiovascular disease. And the Heart and Stroke Foundation of Canada stated that premature heart disease and stroke can be prevented by making lifestyle changes, by increasing the levels of physical activities and eating healthy. Foods rich in vitamin E like almonds, peanuts, hazelnuts, sunflower seeds, and green vegetables are expected to prevent blood clots. Eating healthy would allow you to have strong bones and teeth through foods rich in calcium like low-fat dairy products, broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, canned fish and bones, tofu and legumes, and even cereals and plant-based milk. Eating healthy will give you a better mood due to prevention of foods with a high glycemic load that is expected to increase depression and fatigue. It would also help you improve your memory, as a study in 2015 stated that identified nutrients and foods protect against these adverse effects. Vitamin D, C, and E, and omega-3 fatty acids are said to be beneficial to prevent dementia. Through all of this, you can receive a good night's sleep due to not having a experience sleep apnea, which occurs when the airways are repeatedly blocked during sleep that is usually caused by obesity and alcohol. This would allow your sleeping pattern to stabilize.
Another way to start a diet is to track your calorie intake. If you were to put more calories as you burn, you will store them as a new muscles or body fat. If you consume fewer calories than you burn every day, that's when you lose weight. If you're trying to gain weight and increase muscle mass, then you need to eat more, but in a healthy manner. Aside from understanding all of that, we should also learn to understand the nutrients needed in our bodies. We all studied the easy go grow glow food back in our elementary days. Now, we'll learn something different, the macronutrients and the micronutrients. Macronutrients are nutrients that the body needs in large amounts. They provide calories and have various functions in our body. Here are three main macronutrients. Number 1, carbs. There are starchy foods like bread, pasta, and potatoes. Number 2, protein. These are the main sources like meat, fish, and dairy. And last, fats. These are nuts, seed, oil, and butter. Aside from that, micronutrients are important vitamins and minerals that are taken in smaller portions. These include magnesium. These play a role in energy production, that nervous system, and muscle contraction. Next, potassium. This mineral is important for blood pressure control, fluid balance, and the function of your muscles and nerves. Next, iron. This known for carrying oxygen in the blood and also improves the immune system and brain function. Next, calcium. This helps in the structure of the bones and teeth. And last, all vitamins. All of the vitamins play an important and essential role in every organ and cell of the body.
WebMD has stated a few tips to help keep you going when you feel the need for more tips. Number 1. Sneak yourself more vegetables. Instead of taking in a few cakes or fries, sneak a few vegetables as a snack, like a salad or of some sort. Number 2. Curb snack attacks with protein. If salads aren't your thing, then you can go ahead and switch to protein. Go for a classic hard-boiled egg or skinless chicken. Number 3, don't ditch full-fat dairy. It's okay to indulge a few dairy products like drinking whole milk wouldn't hurt. In fact, creamy whole milk would even lower the risk of obesity based on some studies. Number 4, give yourself proper proportions. Don't settle yourself to small proportions. Rather, eat how you should eat. Serve food on smaller plates that will limit you on how much you should eat. Number 5, log your meals in a food journal. It would mean a lot to keep track of your meal intake to know how your diet is going. Number 6, eat more beans. Beans are high in protein and will give a rainbow of options that can vary on your diet. Number 7, have veggies at breakfast. Breakfast should be the heavier of the meal of the day, but that doesn't mean it shouldn't be healthy. Start your day with greens. Number 8, cut back on the food blogs. Yes, mukbangs can be incredibly tempting, so don't torture yourself and switch the channel. That'll help you too. Number 9, plan a weekly menu. Meal planning will help you track down your food intake. This would allow you to know when to stop eating and when to start. Number 10, chop right. It's helpful to chop smaller or just the right appropriate amount to be used to avoid overeating. Number 11, focus on the positive. Don't let a small amount of weight gain bring you down and change your diet. Revert your attention and go back on track.
To sum up this video, let's break some nutrition myths, shall we? Myth 1. Children eat what they like. Fact. Children develop taste according to what is served and by mirroring parents' behavior and give into peer pressure. Myth 2. It's not healthy for kids to eat too much red meat and eggs. Fact. Adults may need to cut back on eating red meat and eggs, but kids generally don't. Myth 3. Kids love to eat the same foods over and over. Fact. Kids do enjoy eating some foods repeatedly, but they also crave variety and new things.
With all that said, unhealthy eating habits can be broken through the proper mindset. It'll take time, so don't worry about breaking down in the middle. Always focus on the future. Look at all the negative things you can get if you don't change your lifestyle now. Look at all the positive things you can get and all the diseases you can avoid. Changing our eating habit could change your life forever. Good luck and see you in the long run.